Welcome to BDO Radio, recorded in front of a live streaming audience. It's your weekly talk show about Black Dessert Online. And don't forget, you can join the conversation by sending tweets to @BDO Radio. Leave voicemails at speakpipe.com/BDO Radio. Or email us at bdoradio@gmail.com. And now, for your host, the Wizard of the West Coast, it's Brent Copeland.
Howdy, folks. It's BDO Radio, recorded on April 10th, 2016, and I'm Brent Copeland. You can follow me on Twitter. That's at Brent Copeland, or the show itself, BDO Radio. And this week, we've got a lot of stuff to talk about. 2 patches, of course, what I've been doing this week. And we also have some mail, a bunch of messages from folks. And we even have a call-in news segment from Zen from the Valencia server. So that'll be great here, as well as some ideas for the game, some awesome links and tools that you'll be able to use, tips and tricks, and who knows what will happen during the show. Maybe we'll get some tweets on the Twitter board that we'll mention. So let's go ahead and move on.
Time for news and discussion on BDO Radio.
I feel like jazz hands after that. But this week, I actually started leveling a little bit more just because, well, they throw that extra 10%, which isn't much, but it's like, well, might as well use it while it's there. So I ended up getting to, I think I'm halfway through 48 now. Had a nice another boss fight with what's his name? Bag? Is it Bag? I always forget if it's Bag. It's like Bheg or Gheg. Anyway, he's over there right near Glish, and it's so cool, like playing the game and just seeing, in the server messages, hey, this so and so boss is up, come join in. So I go join in just to have fun and see what's going down. So I got there. And I died a crap ton. I was only 44 at the time. So I don't know how much damage I was doing, really. But I did get on the loot board. So I don't know, is that the top 30 or top? I don't know how many people it takes these days. But I got some hunter tokens, a gold bar, and a magic crystal. It was crazy, though. I mean, it took right around an hour. I know my wife came in, and it was like 5:18 or something, and got done with the fight, and it was like after 6. So it was like at least 45 minutes, if not an hour, long fight with all those people just running around. I lost like 20% XP of my level. I died that many times, but it was well worth it. It was a lot of fun just getting to do it and getting a chance at a nice piece of loot, which, I got some tokens. That meant free stone. I think I got 3 tokens, so that I was able to get a black stone for my weapon. Also, I don't know if I can't remember if I mentioned last week about fighting Belnorn. I was 44, and I was running over to the Sarnal, like dragony dudes, and just had that big quest thing on my map, and I was like, what the hell is that? So I look, and it's that quest to fight Belnorn, which is, if you don't know, you have to kill him before you can actually progress to level 50. So I was like, you know what, I'll just give it a try, and let's see what happens, because as a wizard, you can solo all those co-op missions. So I wasn't too worried until he spawned, and he was purple. So he was like, what, at least 49? Or level 50, I forget the level difference. And I started fighting him, and it was not like any other co-op fight that I was used to, because most of the co-op fights, it's, one boss, maybe a couple minions with him. And it was just like wave after wave of guys he was spawning. I won't tell you all about it just in case you want to watch it live for yourself when it happens. And this went on forever, and I was just, doing my thing, going back and forth, putting fire in his face, hitting him with some lightning bolts. And all of a sudden, I killed off a wave of the minions, and he was in the middle of it, and he poofed. And there was some message about Belnorn on my screen, but it was like all kind of like, everything happened so fast, I didn't really read the message. I was just like, okay, so where's the loot? Where's the Black Spirit should be like giving me the little thing down the bottom, and he wasn't doing that. So finally I went to the quest thing, and the spirit's like, still acting like I'm supposed to be killing him. So I'm running around thinking maybe he's vanished or like hiding or something. So I'm running around the area looking for his corpse or him or something, killing goats and stuff, and nothing. Finally I pop up in the quest thing again, and it says, there's a big note section. I mean, it's like half the quest thing is filled with notes about the fight, basically. And it says if you're fighting him for 30 minutes, he will just vanish. So that I had been fighting him for 30 minutes. And you know how it is fighting in this game. It's not like, WoW or something where you just kind of tag something and ho-de-do, the thing dies after a while. I mean, it's draining. Like, you're flipping and flopping here and there, and timing things right, and getting combos, and so I was just kind of like drained, and that's it was just crazy. Anyway, later on when I finally got to 48, I went and waxed them pretty easy. So I'm ready for 50 now. Should happen this weekend. I'm going to try to knock it out today, because at level and a half, that won't be nothing. And I got a 50% scroll, but I don't know. Should I save that? Should I save that post 50? Also, just getting up into these levels, I've finally fought some mobs that were difficult. Like, so far as a wizard, I've been able to, fight 10 things at a time, no problem. But once you get to the ogres and the cyclops eyes, ha, get it? One, they only have one. Anyway, also, treants. Oh my God, they are like terrifying, because you go into the woods, and the only thing I think of like treants in MMOs is really like, wow, and they're so out of place, and you see that you see a tree a mile away because it looks nothing like the trees that are there. These treants look like they are part of the forest, and the forest just comes alive when you start fighting them. There's all these like minor treants, and then other animals are coming out of the woodwork, and oh God, I was just terrified. I finished my quest and killed some treants, but still, it was just wait till you get into those treants. They will make you poopy in your pantsy. So just watch out for that. Also, hope everybody's getting done with their Easter stuff. That should end in just a couple days, depending on when you listen or watch to the show. I've got some tips. I don't know if I put this tip in there, so I'll go ahead and give you a pre-tip, since we're already talking about the Easter stuff. But oh God, what ranch is it? Is it Lynn Ranch? The ranch on top of the mountain. You know which I'm talking about? I think it's like Lynn. It seems familiar. Anyway, there's 2 eggs that spawn really close there. One's right in the pen next to the house, and then one is just up the stairs and on the top of that hill. And I was doing some other stuff and just had a 10-minute timer set. And as soon as it dinged, I would pick up one egg and run to the other spot and grab the other egg and set my timer and go back to work. And I got the plenty of eggs by doing that for like I want to say like an hour or so, maybe a little bit longer. So I still just need 1 stack of eggs left, like 20 eggs, and I'll be finished with all the stuff. And they look really cool. I'll tell you this right now. All the items you get and put in your house, they look really nice. The eggs in them and things like that, they really do such just a great detail on all their items that I think these are some you'll like to have eventually in your house. And they do give you points and things like that. So hope you get all that completed, and then you can move on into the cherry blossom quests and event that we talked about last week. And I haven't started on that, so I can't really talk anymore about that. I will do that this week for sure and be able to discuss it more. Also, I tried a guild quest for the first time. Now, for those who are new and don't know, I'm in a really small guild. It was mostly just friends from the other podcast I do, the MMO show. So there was only like 4 of us that logged in for this quest, and that's just not enough. We did a gathering quest. Matter of fact, one of the players that was there, they just joined the guild and just started the game like that week. So they were, sub 20 as well. But anyway, we got a fish out 50 mud skippers. and just 4 people, 2 hours, it just does not seem like enough. A couple of people were like, okay, this is enough. A few minutes in and went to go, like, play the real game. And a few of us stuck it out for the 2 hours and kept fishing. And right before the end, I actually fished up like 4 fish, mud skippers in a row. We're still nowhere near it. We lost our 10K or whatever. So it really seems like you need at least 10 plus people to do the guild quest and think you're going to have any chance of succeeding in them. We definitely need more people in our guild, and we're actually talking about starting to kind of open the guild ranks to people. If you're looking for a guild, feel free to holler at me in game. My family name's Brent Copeland. My main character I hate his name, and it was something that I don't know why I thought I could change it later, and I just wanted to get in the game, but it's Diabolito. Anyway, so holler. We'll see about getting you in the guild. Also, I do want to once again appreciate everybody for listening on SoundCloud and downloading. We're regularly getting 1,000 or more downloads for each episode, which is great. I appreciate it. Hope it's let your friends know who are playing BDO. But one thing I'm trying to do is I'm trying to replace my mic. So if you feel like helping out ever, we put up a free Audible trial membership. You can join. You get free books, audio books that you can listen to while you're playing. And as long as you cancel before the end of the month, you get charged nothing. And you can just go to audibletrial.com/the BDO show and get a free trial. Also, I made some shirts. They're BDO Radio t-shirts, and you just go to bit.ly/BDO Radio _t-shirt 1. Now they're Teespring, so at least 3 people have to buy them, and then it's a limited thing. It's like 2 weeks, and then you can't get them ever again. So they may not get printed if I think I'm going to buy one. So, of course, I should buy one, right? It just makes sense. Anyway, if that's your thing, and like I said, if you hear any links on the show, they're always going to be bit.ly links just to make things easy. It's going to be bit.ly/BDO Radio _ and then whatever the subject is. And that'll help you stay tuned with all that. And I just realized I played the wrong bumper. That was weekly discussions and not news. And so I'll play that anyway. We'll just play them opposite. Who cares?
Weekly Adventures.
So that was Weekly Adventures. Before this, now you get the news and discussion, which I won't make you listen to the old, the same old bumper again. But this week we actually had 2 patches. I'm going to go backwards. We had the April 8th patch, which is actually what gave us the 10% combat XP this weekend. So this happened while I was at work, so it was just like a free 10% all weekend. Maybe they're planning to do that anyway. Who knows? Anyway, it's really cool that they're like, hey, sorry, we kind of screwed up your morning play. Here's a weekend of 10% XP. So with this one, they have added a few things or excluded a few things. The big thing is the auto path looping that they've added in. And if you don't know how to do that, basically you set a normal path, right click on the map, and then you mouse over where you started on your person, and it will and hold down the Alt key, and it will highlight green. That means you've got the right path, and then you right click on you, and then it should be a green path. Hit your T, and you're just going to take that path back and forth forever until the server goes down or until you log out. And this is great for, if you don't really care about the fishing at night. And I think the cool thing about it is that this is going to start separating the people who like fishing from the people who like horse riding and training, because now the people who like to fish are going to auto fish all night, while the people who like to train and stuff are going to raise their strength or their horse training by doing the horse thing. So I think that's cool to give the more diverse things we can do in the AFK things. I think it is better and kind of gives people more of a chance to kind of excel in the areas that they want to excel in. And I've been taking advantage of it. My horse is 28, almost 29, and will be 30 by tomorrow, I'm sure, just by setting it on this path. We've got some tips about the auto pathing later on as well. Also, if you didn't know, you can work up your strength your personal strength with the auto pathing, and that's just you go to a trade merchant, buy one trade item, throw it in your inventory, not on your horse, and then set a path just for you, and you'll work up your strength while you're doing that. Also, they've excluded a few things for the Red Battlefield store, which I can't wait. Should be able to talk about that a little bit next week as I level up to 50. But they excluded the instant HP and MP extra large potions, and those who are already in possession of those items will see them replaced with Battlefield, not instant potions, but Battlefield HP and XL potions. I guess you could just buy a ton of instant potions and just if they're instant, right? So anyway, minor adjustment for the AP and the DP of the Red Battlefield. They corrected the minimum DP balancing and increased it. The HP balancing at the beginning of the battle has been removed, and the HP balancing granted to the losing team has been decreased. Also, one thing that they added, which was really nice, is the Tier 1 pets can now obtain skills when level 10 is reached. And if your pet has already obtained level 10, it automatically, they put a skill on there. I got trade 3% was mine. And then, of course, the update 10% weekend came because of this. So good patch. I love patches that happen while I'm working and can't play anyway, and then give me bonuses because they screwed me out of not being able to play when I couldn't play anyway. Great stuff. Really excited about this company. I feel like they're doing a lot of great things. I mean, they even made a poll basically to see if we wanted the pathing. Now, I think maybe if they threw these polls in game, they might get more people voting on them. So, and it might be a more fair, accurate representation. I mean, I haven't heard anybody say, I don't want pathing yet, but maybe there's someone. Let me know. Tweet me at BDO Radio. I'd love to hear your thoughts on everything. Everything. Like, how's your car doing today? Just let me know. Don't. Not unless it's in BDO. Now, there's a lot of stuff that came with the patch on the 6th. They updated some cherry blossom stuff, some naming conventions. They've extended the Easter stuff to make up for the Easter eggs not dropping off mobs the week before. They also changed a lot of items. I'm not going to dig into like those type of changes. Everybody can go read the patch notes for the in-depth stuff. If anything big happens in a patch that I feel is like talk worthy, then I'll definitely discuss it. And would love other people just to, if the patch happens, send me in your thoughts about something big on the patch when it happens. Because I watch everything. My Twitter feed, the YouTube comments, SoundCloud comments, emails, SpeakPipe, all of it. I check it before the show so we can have a dialogue. Because that's, until I get a co-host, that's all I got. All I got is my little talking hand. How's it going, Black Spirit Hand? It just doesn't work as well. So send me in some stuff and we can discuss. One of the things they changed, and I do think this is worth mentioning. That's why I'm mentioning it. And I do believe it is in a EU change because we don't like grinds, do we? I think they're going to find out the grinding stuff is going to be slowly reduced a little bit in our version. But the number of black stones needed to force an enchantment has been lowered. So that's pretty cool. So now, you need that 8. You really have that 8. Throw 2 stones in. You will lose 10% durability, but then you can get that back by doing some other stuff. Is blacksmith? Well, they increase the so you can pay to get that durability back up. Also, Kazarka, the new boss, apparently wasn't spawning in all the channels. Is spawning in all the channels now. So great news. Can't wait to see what happens next week. They told me they were going to be trying to put in something big every single month. So I don't know if autopathing counts this month. We're only halfway through. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw more land opened up by the end of this month, though. So don't quote me. Well, I mean, you can, but people say, who's that? I don't want to see think knows anything. So anyway, let's move on.
Mail call.
Mail call. This is where I take whatever you send me and then we do whatever with it. So this week we had quite a few comments on the new YouTube channel. It's just opened up. We're still trying to get 100 subs on there so we can grab the right name for the channel, because YouTube does weird things now. So head on over there, and that's a bit.ly / BDO Radio _ YouTube. Go sign up and subscribe for us. But on the last episode, Neo3191 says, just want to say thanks for the podcast. I keep meaning to send you a message in game, which feel free, anyone. I'll respond to any of them that I see if I'm not autopathing. In game or in email, but then I forget that contact info by the time I'm playing the game. I listen to the podcast while driving to work usually. I don't do Facebook or the other stuff, but I do YouTube, lols. So great. Thanks for sending that in. I appreciate it. And yeah, anytime, send a message, like I said. The next one here is from 0x0E, who says, BDO Radio. You should try getting some other people from BDO Tavern or the other BDO podcast to join in. And we've already kind of broached the subject on Reddit. I haven't had time to respond yet because I do like 6 podcasts now. And so it's like, this one is the one that's, I love doing it, but I love, another reason I love doing it is because it's just me at the moment. And so I don't have to worry about schedule. I can just do it when I have the time, which will probably be usually Sundays unless I have something going on. So I didn't want to go, yeah, let's do it, and then, not be able to get a time. So I wanted to, well, now I need to respond. But yeah, look for it. Hopefully we will do that, because those are 2 other great podcasts that just came out last week. So if Siri's trying to talk to me, don't do it, Siri. Don't do it. Anyway, if you're looking for more talk, you can look for BDO Tavern or Nodeworthy, which is a cool name too. Those are 2 other podcasts that just came out last week, I believe. So keep looking for that. Next, last YouTube comment is from PDub206. Says, I just got the game and found the podcast. Great job and keep it up. The new expansion seems nice. Is in-game PvE content slated for the future, or is there some of that in this update? I saw there's a new boss, but I wasn't sure. Thanks. I subscribed, and let's get it over 100. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do it. And, okay, so from what I know is most of the PvE end content is, catfish is a big one, but are, these world boss mobs. So Kavarka, who just got added, is a new world boss mob. And then after that, there's not going to be like raids or dungeons per se, like you think of in WoW and stuff. I think it's more these outside boss fights that can then spur on some PvP activity. I almost got ganked at the Gek fight, and I don't even know how. Like, it's I thought you had to turn something on, but I was looking at my inventory going, oh, what did I get? And all of a sudden I'm like, wait, I'm getting attacked, and look, and anyway, I V'd out of there, got out of there, because I was already half dead, or I would have tried to fight it. If it had been fair fight, come on. So yeah, let me know if you have some other insight in that, anyone, about in-game PvE content. I'm curious too. I wouldn't mind either way if there was, or if they continue on like they are. I'm trying to fully embrace their idea and concept, and it's a little different at that in-game stuff, but I almost feel like you don't need the in-game. That's like what a lot of my friends and what I tell people is, it's like, it's the first MMO I've played where I could almost care less about the end game, because I feel like they did such a good job of making everything else that normally you would think of as like the end game, as it's just the game. so you don't have to worry. I mean, getting levels, sure, that's one thing, but the storyline and everything else is just there to do forever and the beginning. So it's like you don't have to jump in the game, max out your level, and then start playing the game like every other MMO and expansion out there. This one, you play from day one, well, after the tutorial, and you're good to go. And that's what I find so intriguing about this game. Let me know your thoughts. And here's something really cool. So during a previous episode, I mentioned, hey, if you want to do a segment or something, or we actually had a listener send in the idea of doing like news stories. And I said, yeah, that sounds great. Someone wants to do it. Didn't think anybody really would. I was wrong, and I'm glad I am. We got Zen Darkstone with the Uno, or the Valencia U, which is the Valencia Minutes. And let's see what Zen Darkstone has to say. See what's going on there.
BDO Radio. Uno Valencia, you won.
Uno momento.
And now, your Valencia Minute.
Momento Valencia.
News, information, and alerts from the people of Valencia. You won. Dateline, Alvia. War! Death dealt by sword and spell, as guilds propagate pain onto rival guilds, the general population oblivious as to the whys and wherefores of the constant conflict. This world-weary war wizard wanted to know why, so I took to the streets, winning the confidence of a local who had this to say.
I heard you once called a beautiful lady a doe. I never understood that.
Why the innocent act, dearie? What salacious secrets could she be concealing? Stay tuned to BDO Radio for the next Valencia Minute. Spam scam alert. Gold spammers were seen hitting the Gen Chat hot and heavy, but they are no bother to the people of Valencia. You won. We know to enter escape. Click chat filters and register the letters www.and.com and say goodbye to those pesky pests for good. This has been your Valencia Minute.
Momento Valencia.
Uno Valencia.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, Zen, for sending that in. I can't. You gave us a tip too. Like, can't ask for anything more than that. We got some news about your server. Got some interviews. Interview was a little sketch, but hey, everything else was great. Thanks for sending that in, and I look forward to the next one. We also had a call in this week on the line, and it was crazy. I'm going to play this for you.
Hey man, check this out, man. This is Chris Rupp. You got notepads, you got legal pads, but this is the bit pad, man.
That's weird. That's the wrong one. It's always the wrong one. But anyway, let's see if we can find the right one now. But anyway, if you were to send in your own call-in segment, feel free to do it. You can just do that at speakpipe.com/BDO Radio. Links are below everywhere. And that makes us move on to this.
Sandbox Playtime.
Sandbox Playtime. This is where we get to play in the sandbox that BDO is. As I say, BDO is a sandbox. And if you have an idea for the game, like something you'd like to see in it, something that you would like to see changed, anything like that, just send it in. That's what this segment is for. And it can be pie in the sky, something you think would never happen, but hey, this would be really cool if they did this. Or if it's just like, I wish they would change this thing or that thing. And then we can fill this up, and I would, instead of me having to come up with something every week, 10 things from the audience. Send it in. You can tweet it. All those other ways. We talk about all the ways to contact us. Just do it. Do it today. So anyway, to throw in just one of my ideas in there that I saw this week because of the freebies, like the free pearls and stuff. I hope everybody got their 30-day. They're for playing for 30 days. Free, what was it, like 300 pearls or something? Awesome stuff. But for God's sake, will you give us something more than a skill and appearance change coupons for the accumulated hours, the 10,000 accumulated hours? I believe we've earned it. And if anybody gets to, or when people get to 10K hours, I'm pretty sure their skills and chain appearances will be just fine at that point. So that's my thoughts. Let me know what yours is.
Things the Black Spirit might say.
That's weird. So this is tips and tricks. If you got any tips for everybody else, something kind of like the Valencia. Well, you'll see. I'll give you a little tip. This is my tip for the week, and it goes with the pathing features, with the new looping features. And you probably already noticed it, but just in case you didn't, if you're training your horse and doing the whole loop pathing thing, now underneath the stamina bar as you're looping, there is a new checkbox, and this checkbox will have you auto eat carrots when your horse is low on stamina. So just click that checkbox, and then when you hit that slowdown mark, it'll automatically eat a carrot. Of course, you have to have these carrots in inventory, and it will eat all your damn carrots if you leave it there all night long. Just keep that in mind. I'm trying to figure out how many you need for all night long, all night. So yeah, that's my tip. You got a tip? You got a trick? Let me know about it.
Hey, Brent,
Yes.
show us your teeth.
Oh my God. That's weird. That's a weird bumper. But this is where we talk about links in videos. So this week I've got a few links for you. The first one is we talked about Noteworthy last week. So the other podcast that came out, we'll talk about this week. And that's BDO Tavern. So you can go to bit.ly/BDO Radio _BDO Tavern, and it'll take you to their SoundCloud page. So you can listen to their show as well. Never want to run out of BDO content. And it's really great to see all these shows popping up. And like I said, hopefully we can do like a round table. It'd be great to do that like monthly or something. And just, I don't know whether to put it on all of our podcasts or separate it or do something, but it'd be a lot of fun to get that group interaction, so I don't have to talk to my hand. Hi, hand. Hi, Brent. I don't know why we talk in the same voice every time we do that, but that's how things go. Also today on Reddit, I noticed a new calculator out there. I've not had much experience with it, but let me know how it works. The equipment calculator, you can go to bit.ly/BDO Radio _calc _equipment. Maybe that's not such a good idea. Anyway, go try that out, see how the calculator works, and find out what stats you'll get with what equipment and things like. Now, one calculator I have been using a lot just because it really makes things simple and actually much quicker. Like I know how to do the conversation, the Amity stuff in the game, but still having to go over each person and look at all their percentages and figure it out, it takes a bit to jump into a conversation. So a lot of times I just don't. I figure I'll get around to it until the Amity calculator came out, bit.ly/BDO Radio _Amity, and you just put in a couple stats on the person you're talking with and what it wants you to achieve, and then it will tell you exactly the people to pick. So you just get that list of people and you just go click, and conversations take no time now, and you'll get those points up. One of the reasons I started using this is I got a quest this week where it was I needed to talk to this one person, and when you talk to the person, it's like, get to talk to me, you got to talk to these other two people. You talk to them, and they're like, well, you've got to get us to 500 Amity before basically we'll approve you to talk to the other dudes. So it was just crazy because I didn't even have all the things enough to do a conversation with one of the people, and using this calculator, I was able to get the first person like real fast, but I still need to figure out who to talk to for the other one. It sounds like a lot of people are. I was doing some searches online, so I'll figure that out, and it was for a lot of stuff, I think is why I wanted to do it. Anyway, those are the tips and the tricks this week. And honestly, that's about the show. I want to get into the new the new whatchamacallit, cherry blossom event, so I can talk about that a little more. I have been doing the Easter eggs events and the pathing, and I really like the auto pathing. Like, I get on my horse a lot, but I was doing the fishing stuff just because I felt like I had to. With there's my wife bringing me some coffee. It's always mid-show. Look at that. Now I'll get some good stuff. It's my coffee. That's what I use. I don't need the beer to keep working. I need the coffee to keep working. But I like the auto pathing because I would do the fishing stuff, but it just felt like I was throwing away a fishing pole and getting a few fish. And now I feel like I'm really getting my horse up there in levels, and I like that. I like my horsey. And I don't know. Anyway, so that's my thoughts on pathing. I think it's a good thing. I think it's great that it's kind of like Eve. They're allowing you to work on some of those mundane skills when you're out of game. And maybe we can figure out some more that aren't like game breaking, but you can work on while you're gone. That'd be cool. Like, the workers will mine this stuff for you. Maybe we just need like a script to auto have you walk around and pick stuff too. Like, if you're in an area, like if you're in a farm field or something, you make yourself a worker, an extra worker. That might be fun. But let's see if this works. I'm going to try this.
Hey, this is Charlie Sheen, and you're listening to BDO Radio. I listen to this show every day to keep me healthy. And trust me, I know health. Winning, duh.
So that was great. Thanks for calling in, Charlie Sheen. That's a good capper on the show, and it's definitely winning. So, like I said, join the conversation and leave us a voicemail at speakpipe.com/BDO Radio. You can tweet us at BDO Radio, email us bdoradio@gmail.com, and join the Facebook page at facebook.com/Black Desert Online Radio. That's the only different one. And with that, y'all have a great weekend. Thanks for joining me in Twitch this week.
You've been listening to BDO Radio, a Large Marge media production. Be sure to subscribe, follow, and share. It won't even cost you any energy or contribution points.
Bye.